So I may have flown into a porch. Let's rewind a little bit. This particular morning, we had just gotten a fancy new drone, and we wanted to go out and film some cool drone footage of someone flying around. So, me being me, last one to land, the other individual decided to land, grab the drone, fly it, take it up, fly it, and follow me around. Well, the verbs do something cool were then said to me, which proceeded to kind of shift the way that I fly. It also, not only did that shift the way that I fly, having a camera on me shifted the way I fly, and having someone watch me shifted the way that I fly. Now, all of a sudden, young 14 or 15-year-old me is ripping around doing stuff that maybe is just a little bit past what I'm ready for. Long story short, I end up doing a touch and go on this dirt road that you see here. The touch and go went just fine, but when I throttled up to go and actually lift off the ground, I wasn't climbing. So with the original game plan to climb, turn right over the corn, or climb and go in between the house and the telephone pole, which, mind you, was not a good idea, did not work out because I was not climbing. Well, smart old me decided instead of turning right to go into the corn sitting over here, which would have been an obvious best choice to answer, I'm like, this is brilliant. I'll turn left, do a touch and go on the front patio, smash through the porch, and land in the front yard. And that's exactly what I did. Now, I gotta say, I got extremely lucky on this particular case because the comfort bar on my right side actually hit the main strut of the porch, and because it was so dry, rotted, and just destroyed, I actually broke the piece that goes across, and my front fork just ripped apart all of the other little spars on the porch. Basically, the porch took the impact, which was absolutely perfect. And in addition to that, my wing caught something on the roof, ripped it in half, and kept me from continuing to spin and twirl and whirl all the way down into the front yard. Also, I sent the propeller through the window. So let's go back to what the lesson is that we can learn from this video. And this is actually one that I try and preach regularly. Okay, there's a few things that change, that change the way that you fly, the way that you function, the way that you do things. Number one, if someone starts to film you, you will fly differently. Okay, as soon as someone comes out and they start to pull out a camera, even if it's your buddy, even if it's your wife, if it's somebody that's watched you before, and they pull out a camera, boom, the way that you fly changes. I call it like the bystander effect is the way that I refer to it. Because as soon as you have a crowd, as soon as you have people watching, as soon as someone just gives you that thumbs up and pulls out their phone, you change the way you fly. You pull just a little bit harder of brake, you turn just a little bit sharper, you do things just a little bit more aggressive than you normally do. That is dangerous. That is really, really dangerous because I even noticed this effect. Whenever I go to like Salton Sea flying, once a year in February, the first flight I take, I feel like I have 1,000 eyeballs all staring at me. And what happens is my technique is poor. The way I enter into maneuvers is poor. My timing is poor. Everything is just a little bit off because I have this new added pressure. Now, having been a pilot and doing this for 10 years and having someone else who's been telling me about this, I recognize when this happens. And whenever I recognize that, hey man, like you're not performing correctly, we'll say you're not performing like normal, I instantly stop doing stuff. I go back to flat and level flight. I go back to just really taking it easy, not going to push anything. I have to have discipline, and I try really, really hard to say, okay, I'm not performing correctly. It is time to stop doing the wingtip drags, loops, maneuvers, and really tone it down. And if I'm really, really out of it, then I'll just land. And this is something that can happen without even realizing. Like it happens at the snap of the fingers. So the point of this video is like, hey guys, you need to monitor where you're at and how you're performing. Like if all of a sudden you see somebody with a camera, do recognize that's going to change the way that you fly. You all of a sudden have a crowd of people watching, that's going to change the way that you fly. You want to impress them, you want to show off, you want to do that stuff. Remember, if that person's never watched someone fly a paramotor before, just you flying the paramotor is cool. You don't need to do the yanking banking thing. But try and monitor yourself, manage where you're feeling, how your performance is. If all of a sudden like what you can normally do doesn't quite feel right, if your timing is off, take it easy, relax, slow down, and just overall calm down. There doesn't need to be this constant pressure to like impress everybody with your cool maneuvers. Guess what? At the end of the day, hey, just flying is cool. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. My name again is Trevor Steele. If you want to learn more about how to fly a paramotor, I offer a training school in Salt Lake City, Utah called Backcountry PPG. We sell equipment and train people how to fly. If you want to learn more about that, it's the first link in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video.